And we're going to do some Math 3 honors. All right. I'm going to go ahead and take some roll. All your cameras are on. Awesome. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. You guys are amazing. Here we go. Let's go ahead and take some rolly roll. Oh, tomorrow's a minimum day. So class starts at a different time. I don't know what time it starts. I got to look that up. So I don't know if anyone knows off the top of your head. Otherwise, just make sure you're on time to class. It's a minimum day tomorrow, a minimum day. All right, let me try something here. Okay, I think we're good. Let's try this. Okay. Javier Abonce Nieto.
Here.
Okay, gotcha, Javier. Hang on, let me things set up. Okay, Estrella Avalos.
Here.
Olivia Bryant.
Here.
Anthony Campos.
Here.
Ramon Carrillo.
Here.
Kimberly Cecilio Plata.
Here.
Christian Cervantes.
Here.
Alex Garcia.
Here.
Kimberly Garcia.
Here.
Alex Gutierrez.
Here.
Micah Hannigan. Cassandra Hernandez.
Here.
Kyle Hernandez.
Here.
Catherine Laura.
Here.
Aliyah Lee.
Here.
Stephen McNaughton.
Here.
Lilia Medrano.
Here.
Jackson Marino.
Here.
Camila Moffett. Laura Punto.
Here.
Kevin Quintana.
Here.
Danielle Ramirez.
Here.
Noah Reveles.
Here.
Daniel Reyes.
Here.
Lisbeth Reyes. Emily Rodriguez.
Here.
Alexis Romero.
Here.
Bryson Santos.
Here.
Benji Sasaki.
Here.
Madison Smith.
Here.
Eduardo Solano.
Here.
Mario Soto.
Here.
Beta Stone. Nikander Trong.
Here.
All right. Okay, Micah. Let's see. Here's who I have absent. I have Micah Hannigan, Camila Moffett, Lisbeth
I'm here.
Reyes, and Jada Stone. Who's that? Was that Micah?
Yeah, that's me.
All right. Camila, are you there? Lisbeth? And Jada. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's look at what we're doing today. For some reason, that's upside down. Okay, here we go. Do you guys check out the weekly agenda? See, Mario, did you get a chance to look at the weekly agenda?
Yeah, I saw it.
All right, cool. All right, let's take a look at it together. All right, here we go. So the weekly agenda today, I just clicked on it real quick, assuming you guys know how to look at this. Remember, tomorrow's a minimum day. Okay, 2.5 self-practice transformations, and we're doing check your understanding. Transformations of quadratic functions, 3 through 41 odd. Okay, we need graph paper for sure, but of course you have graph paper in your interactive notebook. So let's go ahead and start it up. I think I'm presenting. Okay, so put your name. Oh, visualizer is used by another. What? No, should be working. Let me turn this off and on again. Hang on, I'm having technical difficulties. Okay, not showing. Let's plug it in again. There it is. Ah, there we go. My hairy hand. Sorry, you had to see that? Okay, here we go. Let's go with, can you guys see my writing here? Put your name. The date is 1/27/21, and it is period 3. The topic is transforming, so that's supposed to be an M, forming quadratic functions. Oh no, I'm running out of room there. Quadratic functions. This quadratic functions. Transforming quadratic functions. Okay, so let's talk about what a quadratic function is really quick. I'm sure you guys know. A quadratic function would be this. This is the basic quadratic function. Y equals x squared. Okay, I'll pause here for a second as you guys can get caught up. See how you guys are doing. Okay. Alexis Romero.
Yeah.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
You're doing good? Okay. Am I going too fast? Am I going too slow, or am I going just right?
Just right.
Okay, cool. So, okay. Let me talk to you guys. Okay, what's going on right now is I'm going to teach you something that you learned in Math 2 already. Okay? Now, last year was kind of a... Wait, is my camera off? Wait, what's going on? Can you see me now? Bryson, can you see me?
No, it's black for me.
What the heck? Okay, hang on. Let me fix this. Did it go off, Bryson? Did it go off when I plugged in my overhead projector thing?
I don't really know.
Okay. Could you see my face at all before, or no? Was I always?
I think so.
Okay, well, tell me, Bryson, don't leave me yet. Tell me if you can
Oh,
see.
I can see you now.
Cool, great. Okay. So, everything I'm going to teach you today, you learned in Math 2. Now, last year was kind of weird because we shut the school down. All right. So it's review. I'm also going to teach you what you learned. I'm going to teach you in about an hour what you learned in about a week in Math 2, or maybe even 2 weeks. So it's a couple things here. I'm assuming you know how to do it. So I'm going to go kind of fast. Like I always say, if I'm going too fast, stop and ask questions. Say, Sensei, I don't understand this. Can you slow up? Got it? Ali, are you with me? Ali?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't see you for some reason.
My camera isn't working.
Okay. Kyle, are you with me? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So just stop me if I'm going too fast, okay? Because I'm going to assume you know how to do this stuff, but you just need a review. If you're like, Sensei, I've never seen this before, stop me and I'll explain it better, right? Okay. Emily.
What's up?
How do you feel about that?
Feel good.
Got a question for you, Emily. Do you know how to graph a quadratic?
I need some reviewing on it.
Well, let me ask you this. You probably don't know the words, what I'm saying. Do you know how to graph a parabola?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what a quadratic is. So let's see. Can you do it on your own, or do you need a review on that?
Review.
How about you, Nikander?
Oh, I forgot.
Okay, here we go. Let's do it then. All right, guys. So a quadratic, well, let's first of all talk about a quadratic and then what a parabola is. A quadratic is the equation, right? Tell me, I'm assuming I'm assuming you can see my writing here. So any equation that has an x squared in it, that's a quadratic. And the most basic quadratic we have is y equals x squared. Okay? So let's go, and whenever you graph a quadratic, it becomes a parabola. A quadratic becomes a parabola. Now, if I was to graph this with the table, which I don't want to do, usually I don't want to graph this with the table so much, but I'm going to do it right now. And then we're not going to do tables so much. So you can plug in an x. Okay. So if I plug in -2 into my equation, which I plug it in here, y equals -2 squared. Plug in -2 into my equation. What will my y be when I plug in -2? What will my y be? Let's go with Daniela Ramirez. If I plug in -2, what do I get?
Wouldn't you get +4?
I am just flabbergasted that I just heard Minecraft music. That is my favorite music.
I'm sorry.
No, I love it. Please, no, keep playing it because it's relaxed. It's like perfect study music. I play Minecraft music for studying all the time. That is awesome. Danielle, you are correct. It is 4.
Oh, okay.
-2 squared is 4. Okay, cool. Anyone? I feel like I should play Minecraft music right now. Let's see. Estrella. So if I plug in -1, what's this going to be right here?
2.
Oh, Estrella, let me put it down so you could visually see. I plug in -1 to my x, right? What's -1 squared? -1 times -1. 1, very good. So we got 1. Okay, let's go with Jackson. How about 0? What do I plug in 0? What do I get?
If 0 for x,
Plug in 0 for x. What's my y going to be? Do I need to write the equation down here for you?
no, wait, isn't it just going to be 0?
That is 100% correct. 0 squared is 0. 0 times 0 is 0. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure you guys are getting this. Let's go with Cassandra Hernandez. If I plug in 1, what is my answer going to be?
I don't know.
Cassandra, don't mute on me. Are you muting?
No.
Okay, cool. So I have 1 squared here, right? Do you understand? Like do you understand this is my equation, Cassandra?
Yes.
Okay. So this is telling me what to plug in for my x. It says plug in
So
1.
it's just 2?
1 squared is 1 times 1.
Oh. So it's just 1.
Yes, that's 100% correct. Thank you, Cassandra. And then let's go with Kenji. Okay, what am I going to put here if I got 2?
4.
4, because 2 times 2 is 4. Now I'm going to try to squeeze in a 3 here. If I plug in 3,
9.
what's my y going to be? Okay, so I want to make sure we understand this in our heads. I want you all to think of what it's going to be, right? Let's go with Lilia.
Yes.
So I plug in 3. What's my y going to be?
Um, 9.
Yes, 3 times 3 is 9. Very good. So we're squaring everything because this tells me to square. Negative 2 squared is 4. Negative 1 squared is 1. 0 squared is 0. 1 squared is 1. 2 squared is 4. 3 squared is 9. So let's graph y equals x squared. Okay, so when I graph y equals x squared, it's going to look like that. Let's draw our graph. You guys are graphing this too. This is not Godzilla time. This is take notes time. You got to take these notes. So I have my y equals x squared. What is that going to look like? Well, now watch. Okay, listen. You have to pay attention to this. If you don't get this, you are going to be in big trouble the rest of this chapter. So you have to understand what I'm going to show you right now. Okay, does anyone need me to pause before I start presenting what I'm going to show you? Because it's very important. Okay, I'm assuming you're ready to go. So we're going to graph a parabola. Notice, I have negative 2. I go negative 2, I go up 4. So I go from my center, I go negative 2, and I'm going to go up 4. There's my point. Negative 1, what's negative 1 squared? I go over negative 1. Negative 1 squared is 1. So I put my 1 right there. Right here is 0. What is 0 squared? 0 squared is 0. Now I go over 1. 1. What is 1 squared? 1 squared is 1. Now I go over 2. What's 2 squared? 2 squared is 1, 2, 3, 4. And so we see here, we have our parabola. Notice a parabola, the left is symmetrical. I can draw a line, the left looks like the right, the left side looks like the right side, and the right side looks like the left side. Okay, here's what I need for you to understand. Watch what happened here. Watch what I did. And make sure you follow the grids. I go over 1. What's 1 squared? 1. I go over 2. What's 2 squared? 4. If I go over 3, how far up am I going to go? How far up am I going to go? Let's go with Nicander. How far
9.
up? If I go up 9 because 3 squared is 9. 3, and I'm going to go 1, 2. I won't be able to fit it, but it'll be way up here. Now, if I go over 4, how far up am I going to go? Very good, Nicander. Olivia, if I go over 4, how far up am I going to go?
Um, 81.
How'd you get 81? Just tell me what you're thinking so I can help you there. Olivia,
Yeah.
how'd you get 81?
9 squared.
No. Olivia, I went over 4.
Oh,
How far up am I going to go?
16.
16. Very good. What if I went over 5? How far up am I going to go if I went over 5? Let's go with Steven. If I went over 5, how far up am I going to go?
25.
25. So you guys see, whatever I do here, I got to square it, and that's how far up I go. Now in this direction, negative 1 squared is 1. Negative 2 squared is 4. What if I go over negative 3? How far up am I going to go? Okay, Ramon, how far up am I going to go?
9.
9. Very good. So I think we get it. Let me ask a couple more just to make sure. Laura, what if I went over negative 4? How far up am I going to go?
16.
Very good. So you guys see, this is where the parabola is formed. 1 squared is 1. Negative 1 squared is 1. 2 squared is 2. Negative 2 squared is 4, and so forth. So you have it looking the same on each side. Okay. Now I'm looking at you guys. Raise your hand if you already knew that, Sensei, I already knew that. I did not even need a review. I just need to know where I'm going at here, okay? Okay. All right, all right. Good, good. Raise your hand if that was put your hands down if now. Raise your hand if that was helpful. That was helpful, Sensei, that was helpful. Okay. So you have to understand that concept. It's very important. Okay, so now let's look at something else I need to show you here, okay? So that's how you graph a parabola: over 1, up 1, over 2, up 4, over 3, up 9, over 4, up 16, okay? Now, parabolas, we're talking about the transformation of parabolas, okay? So even though my parabola is here, I can have one here, and I need to draw a parabola. I can have a parabola here, right? So let's say the parabola is here. See, it's right there. This is Godzilla time. You don't have to write this down. You guys remember what Godzilla time is? So if the parabola is here, okay, first of all, let's talk about this. That point right there is called the vertex. You can write that down, even though this is Godzilla time. That is the vertex. We're going to be working with the vertexes a lot. Now, let's say the vertex, okay, Godzilla time. Let's say the vertex is here. Now, if I have this vertex, I can graph the rest of the function. I just go over 1. What's 1 squared? 1. Over 1, 1. I go over 2. What's 2 squared? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I go from here, the vertex. I go over 2. I'm going to go up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there is my parabola with my vertex right there, right? I can graph a parabola over here. If my vertex is there, I just go over 1, up 1, over 2, up 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Over 2, up 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So if I know where the vertex is, I could graph these parabolas all day without having to do this table here. Okay, if I know where the vertex is. Okay, so how do we know where the vertex is? Okay, Godzilla time is over. Write this down. Okay, write this down. Here we go. A quadratic with parameters. Parameters A, H, and K. Okay, I put that. Let's look at these parameters, okay? Now these letters here, the H and the K specifically, are going to tell me where to put my parabola. Put it over here. Put it over there. Okay, that's what the H and K are going to tell me. And it's going to look like this. Y equals A times X minus H squared plus K. Make sure you highlight this, star it. This is a very important formula for us to know. Where watch this, also important, where the H comma K is the vertex. The HK is going to tell me where the vertex is. So I'm going to shift it all around, and I could tell me where the vertex is, and then I could just go ahead and graph it. Okay? Notice the H is negative, so it's going to be the opposite of whatever it is. Here the H is positive, here the H is negative. This is where people get confused the most. Here the H is positive, here the H is negative. Now I know what you're saying, Sensei, wait, doesn't make sense with the letters. We'll write this down and we'll work with it as we graph it. We'll do our homework assignments, okay? So make sure you have Y equals A times X minus H squared plus K. And I should say the A is the stretch. Stretch, it's an H, sorry there. The A is the stretch. So the A will either make it really skinny, it'll make it really fat, it'll make it upside down. The A will do all that. Okay, but the H and K tells me where the vertex is. We call this vertex form. Let's label this vertex form. It's vertex form. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of this in 10 seconds. Very important you have it. So stop me if you need it. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Raise your hand if you've already heard of all that, the H and the K. You already know about H and K. Raise your hand if you already know about it. Okay, good. So this is all math. It should have been review. Okay, so let's go ahead and do it. So let's go ahead and graph. Let's look at the homework problems now, shall we? Okay. All that stuff you should, if you know how to do that, then this homework will be pretty straightforward. Okay, what was our homework? It was, I forgot to put we should put that on the homework is 3 through 41 odd. Got it? 3 through 41 odd. So start with number 3. Now it wants us to graph this, so I'm writing it down. It says g of x, number 3. Let's see, let's read the instructions. In exercise 3 through 12, describe the transformation of each f of x, represent the graph of each function. Oh, it says just describe it. We don't need to draw it, but you know what? Let's see. I'm going to draw it. You guys can describe it, but here we go. Number 3. I'm going to draw the function. As long, hey, if it helps you, because on the check your understanding, you need to know where it's at. But I'm going to draw it for your benefit. If you guys want to, you just can describe it. That's fine. That's what the instructions say. G of x equals x squared minus 3. Am I presenting? I think I'm presenting. So right next to it, I'm going to write y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. Okay, here's my question. What letter is the negative 3? Is it A, H, or K? What letter is the negative 3? Is it A, H, or K? Think about what letter you're going to say. You have a 1 out of 3 chance of getting it right if you're guessing. I got a question. Is it in parentheses or is it out of parentheses? Is it in front of the x or is it behind the x? Right? What is it? A, H, or K? Kimberly Cedillo, what do you think? The negative 3 is it? Yes, very good. It's the K. I forgot to mention, what do these letters do? Let's go back to our original notes. Okay, right here. Okay, see that my H tells me to go left and right, and my K tells me to go up and down. So Kimberly said it's K, so I got to go up. K means I go up and down. So the answer is you just say it's going to go down 3. But I'm going to graph it so you can see how the heck to graph this. You should be able to graph this, okay? So watch what you can follow. Hey, if you're a better learner by graphing it, then you graph it with me. If you're better just visualizing, you can go ahead and visualize it. But what is this going to look like, right? X, Y. Okay, so it goes down 3. My vertex is going to go down 3. So here's my vertex, negative 3. I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3. There's my vertex. And then I just go, right? What's 1 squared? 1. What's 2 squared? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Over 2, up 4. And there you go. We just graphed that parabola just like that. That's all you got to do. Let's do number 5. Am I going too fast? Number 5. Where are you, 5? Okay. Javier.
Yeah.
Am I going too fast?
Nope.
Am I going too slow?
Nope.
Do you know how to do this already?
A little bit.
All right, Javier, I got a question. We're doing number
Yep.
5. See that 2? Is that an A, H, or a K?
Okay.
Okay. Well, let's go right here. Let me write it here for you to see over here. Okay, Javier, are you looking?
Yep.
Y equals A times X minus H squared plus K. Notice the K is outside the parentheses. Where's the 2?
Inside.
Yes. What's inside the parentheses here?
The X and the H.
Yeah, so the H is, right? So it's going to be H, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I got a question for someone else. What is that? So what is it going to do? Shift up, down, left, or right, right? Let's go with Emily Rodriguez. What do you think this 2 is going to do? Up, down, left, or right?
Right.
Okay, actually it's going to be left. But you're right, it's left and right. So this is why it gets tricky, is we always do the opposite inside the parentheses. So it's positive. You would think right because it's positive, but it's actually, because it's positive, we go left 2. It's left 2. Because remember, this is negative. It's the opposite of what it is. It's HK, but it's going to be positive H, positive K. So if this is negative, this is positive. If this is positive, it's going to be negative. These two are opposite. So I heard a beep. Is someone asking a question in the chat? I can't see the chats right now. So to graph it, again, it's not asking you to graph it, but I just want you to see with the graph, okay? I have 2, right? And then I'm going to go left 2. So this, because it's positive, you got to make sure you understand that a lot of people are going to make this mistake on the test, and the test, because it's multiple choice, to check your understanding, it's going to trick you. So I'm going to go 1, 2 right here, negative 2 right there. That's where it's going to be, left 2, even though it's a positive. You go over 1, up 1, over 2, up 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's how you'd graph it. Boom, just like that. Okay, let's move on. I think that's it. Let's see, what else? Let's see, do I need to go do any more of those? 5, 7. Well, let me just ask you. Okay, number 7, without me doing it, which way is that going to shift? You guys see 7? Christian Cervantes. Do you see 7 here?
Yeah.
Which way does this shift my parabola, the negative 1?
The right side
How much?
by 1.
Right 1. Very good. You guys get that? Let me do x plus 6 squared minus 2. So let me do x plus 6 squared minus 2. Number 9. Number 9 is g of x equals x plus 6 squared minus 2. Okay, so actually I'm going to ask someone, which way is this one going to shift? Or where's the vertex going to be? Camila, where's the vertex going to be on this one? On number 9.
-2.
Give me up, down, left, or right, because there's 2 numbers here, by the way.
Oh.
You have a 6 and a -2.
The one on the
6?
the -2.
Yeah, but is it going to go up or down with the -2? Is it going to up, down, left, right? Which one's it going to do?
It'll go down.
Down 2. Very good. Now, what about the 6? Let me ask someone else about. Very good, Camila. Okay, what about the 6? Let's go with Bryson. What is the 6 going to do?
It's gonna go left 6.
Left 6. So you see I have 2. I'm going to go left 6 and down 2. So if I was to do the y equals a times x minus h squared plus k, I have here the h and the k, and my vertex is going to be -6, -2. This tells me the vertex. Remember, this is opposite x. This is the same y. So my vertex will look like, and now if I'm going to graph it, again, I mean, if you can graph these, you guys are going to be solid here. So this is, look how I nailed the vertex of -6, 1. I go to the left 6, like Bryson said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then down 2, 1, 2. There's my vertex. And then I just go over 1, up 1, over 2, up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, and then over 3, up 9, if you want to fit that in. Then there's your parabola. Boom, we just graphed it. Got it? Okay. All right. Okay, so now I got to match these up. Okay. F of -1. So this means 13. That's the H. So it's shifted to the right 1. So, but it didn't go up. Here's my F. Okay. Here's my F, right? It's matching it with this F here. And then it says, hey, which way is it shifting this graph if I put -1 inside the parentheses? Up, down, left, right. Okay. Let's go with Aaliyah. It's kind of a weird question, so I'll walk you through it, Aaliyah. Aaliyah?
Yeah.
Okay, there you are. Aaliyah,
Yes.
did I wake you up?
No.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay, here's my graph, my original graph. You see it?
Yeah.
Okay, what does a -1 inside the parentheses tell me I'm going to do to that graph?
Go to the right.
Yes. So this means the same graph, it just shifts to the right. Which one does that look like? To me, these are weird. It looks like it's A. Because it's the same, it just shifts it to the right. It doesn't go up or down. Okay, and then this one tells me, hey, shift to the right and then up 1. So that'd probably be C, right? Up 1. So 13 would be A, 15 would be C. Let's move on. Okay. Now we're focusing on the A here. Describe the transformation of x squared represented by G. Okay, so let's talk about the A. Okay, so notice how these are the number. Remember, the A is in front of the x squared, right? So which we talked about here. Hopefully, I think I'm sharing. Remember, the A is this right here. So it's the one in front. That's the A. Now, what the A is going to do is the A. Wait. A is going to make them like skinnier. Can get really makes it real skinny like that. Sorry, that's kind of off a bit. Or it can make it it can make it fatter, right? The A is going to make it like that, like make it wider or skinnier, right? I just kind of rough sketch that. So you got, or it might make it even go upside down. Whoop, might make it go upside down, okay? So that's what the A is going to do. So let's look at this one. Okay, and I'll show you how that all works. Number 17. Okay, so here's how you do the A. Let's see if anyone knows what this is going to do. Negative x squared. Describe the transformation. Oh, no, look, it tells you to graph. I didn't see that. So you guys got to graph these. So hopefully get back and go graph those. I didn't see that there. So go graph them. Describe it, then graph. That makes sense. So let's graph this function. What does the negative do you think? What does the negative do? Alexander Garcia, what do you think this negative does here to my parabola?
It makes it go down.
Yeah, it's going to go, I would say upside down. So you write down it goes upside down. Yeah, perfect. It goes upside down. And so you do the same thing, except you go upside down. Upside down. Kind of like in Stranger Things. I was thinking about that. The upside down. What's it? The upside down, right? So when you graph it, you do the same thing, right? There's no, this has, let me get this up so you can see it better. Notice there is no H and K. No H and K, so I don't go left, right, up, down. I go right in the center. If there's no H and K, you go right in the center. Now, because it's negative, it just, I do everything, but I do go upside down. So instead of going over one, up one, I go down one. Instead of over 2, up 4, I go down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there you go. That's how you'd graph that. That's 17. Okay, so now what about 19 when you have a 3 there? 3x squared? $19. 3x squared. Okay. Any idea what that's going to do? Alexis Romero, do you know what the 3 is going to do to it?
I'm gonna go up 3.
No. This 3? So, no, because remember that, what letter is that, Alexis?
A.
Yes, very good. So maybe I'm misinterpreting, but the K makes you go up, right? So what do you mean by up?
On the Y line.
Okay, let me tell you this, guys. Everyone listen. The A makes it, you could say skinnier. We'll say probably more correct, stretches or compresses. It's going to stretch it. Stretch it. Stretch like this. This is what I'd say. If I was to imagine stretch with my fingers, stretch. It's going to make it go like this. Stretch it. Can you guys see? Stretch it. Or the A is going to compress it. Compress it. Now, if it is a whole, if it's a number bigger than 1, it's going to stretch it. If it's a number like a fraction between 1 and 0, like a half or a third, it's going to compress it. So if it's a fraction, compress, whole number, stretch. Okay? So if it's 3, is it going to stretch or compress? Okay? If it's a 3, is it going to stretch or compress? Laura Punto, what do you think?
Stretch.
Yes, very good. Now, here's how you graph it. Notice there's no H and K. So you guys doing this with me? I'll walk you through it because it's going to be, I have to go through this kind of slow so you can follow along. Okay, so here we go. There's no H and K. 3x squared. Okay, we'll let you guys get caught up because I need to make sure that you are able to follow this along. My first question, though, is before I start graphing it, is where's the vertex of this going to be? Where is the vertex going to be? Bryson, where's the vertex of this going to be?
Is it gonna be at 0, 0?
Correct, because there's no H and K, so it's going to be at 0, 0. So everyone, put your vertex at 0, 0. Okay, I'm going to graph this in about 10 seconds unless someone needs to set up their graph some more. So stop me if I'm going too fast. Okay, so this is going to make it skinnier. What this 3 does is I multiply my up by 3. Okay, so what do you mean by that, Sensei? Well, I'll tell you what I mean. Okay, ready? Follow close, listen carefully, follow closely. Normally I'd go over 1. 1 squared is 1. I go up 1. But this tells me to multiply my up by 3. So instead of going over 1, up 1, 1 times 3 is 3. So I go up 1, 2, 3. Over 1, up 1, times 3 is 3. 2, 3. Okay, so over 2, I'd normally go up 4, but I have to multiply it by 3. So I actually have to go up 12, because 4 times 3 is 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And the same thing over here. Negative 2 squared is 4 times 3 is 12, and I go up here. And it's going to look like this. See how the 3 makes it shoot up faster, so it gets skinnier. And that's how you graph that. All right, I'm going to move on. Are there any questions before I move on? So all those, right? I'm gonna do 23 really quick, okay? 23. And then I'll do 27. Okay, so I'm gonna go a little bit faster here now. So 23, because it's the fractions. Everyone freaks out about fractions, which I understand. It's kind of hard. 1/5 x squared, but it's not really that hard. 1/5 x squared minus 5, okay? So write that down. I'm gonna graph it. Here we go. Okay, here we go. I think I'm presenting. Okay. Now, this is the K. So I go down 5. Okay. So I'm going to go down 5 because I got the K is negative 5. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. X, Y. Okay. Now, this means I multiply my up by 1/5. Okay. So I go here instead of going over 1, up 1, 1 times 1/5 is just 1/5. So this whole thing, I just go up 1/5. Negative 1, 1/5. Okay. Now because it's like divide by 5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over 5. Because I want to be able to divide by 5. I can go over 2. Negative 2 squared is 4. 4 times 1/5 is 4/5. Ugh, I don't want to do that. So I go 3 squared is 9. 9 times 1/5. Ugh, I don't want to do that. 4 squared is 16. 16 times 1/5. Ugh. 5 squared. What's 5 squared? 5 squared. Camila, 5 squared.
25.
And what's 1/5 of 25?
5.
So I go up 5. So go -5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. -5. -5 is 25. 1/5 of 25 is 5. That's an easy number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's how I would graph that. I just graph the ones that are divisible by 1/5 or divisible by 5. And I would just do those points. And there you go. See how it's fatter because it's a fraction. The 1/5 makes it go up slower. Okay. I'm going to get rid of this in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Let's do, I think, let's see, how much, what else do we have to do? Find the errors. You guys describe the errors. You can figure that out. 27. Should I do 27? Everything else is just reflecting. I'll do 27. That'll be my last one. Then I'll let you guys do the rest because it has an H, a K, and an A. 27 is an H, K, and A. I'm gonna do that medium fast speed. So keep up. Slow me up if I'm going too fast. I'm writing it down right now. 3 times x plus 2 squared plus 1. Let's read the instructions. Describe the transformation of the graph of the parent quadratic function, then identify the vertex. It doesn't tell you to graph it. Okay, but I'm going to graph it with my description. Okay, so the vertex, where's the vertex of this going to be? The vertex, stop me if I'm going too fast. Someone yell, where's the vertex of this? Someone yell it out. I want to see if you get it. Someone yell it out. Where's the vertex? The sooner you yell, the sooner we get out of class. I'm going to wait. Where's the vertex?
1.
Oh, okay, that's one part. Remember, there's an H and a K. Yes, 1 is one of our numbers. I need both numbers. Thank you for saying that. It's okay if you're wrong, but that's half right.
1, -2.
Okay, flip it around. I like it. It's actually going to be -2, 1. There's the vertex, right? H, K. Opposite, same. Vertex. So make sure you know where the vertex is, and then half your job is done. It's great. So here we go. So the vertex is -2, 1. And to describe it, you say the vertex is going to go to the left 2, up 1, and it's going to have a stretch factor of 3. Okay? So let's go ahead and graph this function. -2, 1. So I go -2, up 1. There's my vertex. Now, I just go over 1, up 1, over 2, up 4, over 3, up 9, except I got to multiply my ups by 3. So over 1, instead of up 1, I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3. Over 1, up 3. Over 2, instead of up 4, I'm going to go up 12, which will be way up there. I won't be able to fit it, but it'll look something like that. Oh, I'm sorry, I go back. Okay, I'll leave it there. Are there any questions? So remember, you have to describe it. Hey, it shifts to the left 2, up 1. The vertex is at -2, 1. And it has a vertical stretch. Remember, it's a whole number of 3. And that's how you graph that. Make sure you do your check your understanding. I think there's a check your understanding tonight. Are there any questions? All right. I think I've done enough for you guys. So you're welcome to go. Make sure you say bye. And remember, tomorrow's a minimum day. Do you guys know what time? Bye, Micah. Bye, Ramon. Do you guys know what time class starts tomorrow? Should I look it up or? I'll look it up as you guys are saying bye. What time class is tomorrow for period 3? And I can do the rest. The minimum days throw me off. So let's see. Minimum day. I don't know. You guys are probably leaving. I'm not. Bye, you guys. Those of you who are leaving. See you later. If you have questions, you can stay after class. Minimum day, 10:46. 10:46. Okay. Bye, Alexander. Bye, Kimberly. All right. Does anyone have any questions? Bye, Estrella.
I was late again.
Elizabeth. Okay, let me mark. What time did you get here? Did you miss a
No,
lot?
I was like right when you were writing like our names on the paper. So I like
Okay.
got everything down.
No problem. Let me stop recording this while you're here.